don't see how we can make bigger enemies.
To be offended or frightened of everything.
So you've become like the sort of Tony Scarface of podcasting.
Welcome to another morning show. Phil decided to mess with the camera and messed it up.
That's a lie. You know what? It's a fucking lie. It's a fucking lie.
Right. Blaming
Because
everything on me.
He only showed up 6 minutes before the show. He should have been in here making sure that the talent was comfortable and well framed. And he didn't.
Well, the talent never sits on time.
The talent sits when the talent sits.
Okay.
Fucking know your pecking rule.
You just get
First of
ready
all,
to go.
there was nothing wrong with the camera and you decided to
No,
mess
there
with
was
it.
something wrong. It
There was
wasn't all
nothing
right.
wrong.
We'll fix it now while I'm talking. Yeah. Go to the 2cam.
Always blaming
Good
me.
morning, everyone.
going
It's
on,
absolutely
everyone?
your fault all the time. So the intro is bomb. The intro is bomb, isn't it? Fucking more client notes coming in. None of my beats. That's nice. That's nice. See, there was something wrong. That's way nicer. Good morning. It's
So are you
Wednesday.
gonna blame that for me as well? Is
Yours
that
to
my doing
discover.
the
You're-
framing? Or is that you?
Well, Guido was here last, right?
No, but the framing right now, was that me or you?
Well, it was me requesting
Oh, interesting.
it. Interesting. How many episodes of
predicament.
this show have we done?
Is
Too
anyone
many.
Is anyone counting? I don't know how many.
Someone was counting. Jorge, I think,
We've been
was
doing this
counting.
for 3 years, no?
I think we've done over 200 episodes.
We have to. We must have. We
must
used to do two a week at some point.
We,
and
we
now we're down to-
technically still have 2 a week on the schedule, but like
Yeah.
Fridays are. It's hard, guys. It's not easy dropping everything to deliver hard-hitting facts.
It isn't easy.
Mostly because George doesn't show up to the studio, and I'm not doing the Skype thing again. Like, no, we're not
Yeah.
gonna go back to that.
Yeah.
I always laugh. Like the other day, I walked in somewhere and they asked me to wear my mask.
Are you
I
kidding me, man?
It was kind of a medical building, whatever. So I did it. And I laughed. I was like, are we still just pretending like the pandemic was real? Like, it's just
Where
crazy.
did I go recently where they asked me to put a mask and I was gonna leave?
By the way, the plugs, because the song is running
That's
out.
okay. We can do the plugs after the song. That's okay.
Oh, that's the whole point of it, but that's okay.
That's fine. It just brings us in. It's got that little Jimmy Jam, like a wow,
Jimmy
wow.
Jam.
Jimmy Jam.
I know Jimmy Tutu. That's all I know.
Jimmy Tutu. Yeah, okay, we'll do the plugs, I guess, since he's really up there. Patreon.com/Pantelis is where you can support all the shows on this fine channel. Patreon.com/Pantelis one more time for you because, you know, maybe you didn't hear it, maybe you don't know. I think at this point in history, though, anyone who's here at the beginning, they're probably patrons. I think the new people filter in throughout the episode.
Yeah.
Also, panteliscomedy.com where you can get tour dates, tickets, merch, all that cool
Lots
stuff.
of action.
George has Politiquement Parlant where him and Samira talk about... talk about they talk about politics, Quebec politics to be specific. I caught a clip the other day where George basically talked about the same thing he talks about every fucking week on the morning
It
show,
was still
but in
developing.
French. And he apologized, meaning that he is aware of the fact that him pretending like foreign interference is somehow going to get like, wow, it's actually confirmed by the government, the sitting current government. It's hilarious, George. You're a funny guy. Funnier than all of us, probably. Balabanos.com, you can find out more stuff about me where I make the videos and all kinds of stuff like that. Used to have a podcast. Now I don't. I'm pretty angry, though, so the podcast may return under a new Instagram format. Won't be a podcast anymore, but I have a hole to fill.
Mm.
and I'm going after the bike lanes. Like I'm fed up. I can't. I've
Oh.
seen things happen already, like really bad things.
Mhm.
Also, Poseidon.com. We'll get into the
Hey.
bike lanes.
Mhm.
Poseidon.com is a website for Poseidon.
It's more of a landing
It's a
page.
website.com.
It's a website. That'd be a good website. It's a
Yeah.
website.com.
It's a website.
It's a website. 2 times website.
No, or just it's a website.com.
How about it's a .com.com?
But .dot.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously you can't put dot. He's my leg. Yeah, so bike lanes have come to Uptown.
What the hell is going on, man?
I've been pretty quiet about
Just for the record, we've done a couple episodes where we've spoken about how Montreal has been changing and how Valérie Plante has had a plan on bringing in bike paths pretty much all over the city.
I think it's
we
good.
were freaking out. Remember when I told you guys Christophe Colomb was going to close and
But
St.
that wasn't
Lawrence.
home. That wasn't home.
It
I
wasn't
didn't
home.
care.
Yeah, it
I
didn't
didn't
hit.
care.
It
Now
hit
it's in my
differently.
fucking front yard.
Now it's different.
So they decided, and they did it fast,
Ooh.
and in the cover of night. All
Yeah.
of a sudden, there was new bike lanes, and some of these streets had bike lanes.
Wait, hold on. What are
So
you talking
there's
about?
two main arteries in Côte des Neiges that
Oh,
are
okay.
infamously jammed all the time, but they're also extremely important because Côte des Neiges is one of the last few neighborhoods besides like the plateau where there's a lot of only one side turning. So like my street, for example, you cannot turn left on my street,
Yeah.
only right. It's been the bane of my existence since I was a child.
It sucks.
It sucks. So I always have to go all around.
Mind you, I've still done it, but
My street.
Mm.
Yeah, me too. I've done
Yeah.
it. But never. Yeah, I mean, you got to go to the bathroom. You're getting home.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
do it.
you gotta
do
rush,
it. And
yeah.
you hope that the cop understands. You be like, bro, I'm going to shit my pants.
come in the bathroom. Give me write me up in the bathroom.
Write me up upstairs.
Here, walk with me.
Walk with me. So,
It's a big gay.
I mean, there's been a lot of things that have been a bit gay on this show, and that wasn't it, I don't think. So, yeah, Barclay and Plamondon, very important streets for accessing downtown and Jean Talon, leaving the neighborhood. One of them, Plamondon, had a bike lane, but it was, parked cars, street, bike lane, parked cars.
Parked cars, bike lane, street.
No,
No.
parked cars,
Yeah.
the street,
Okay.
the bike lane, and
Yeah.
then parked cars.
Okay, so one
So the
lane.
parked cars were the outside
Right,
edges.
right.
Now it's parked cars, street, parked cars, bike lane.
Mm.
So
What?
I
What?
was
What?
okay.
What? Hold on. Repeat that.
The cars are no longer parked up against the sidewalk. They're parked up against the bike lane
Oh yeah, like they're doing it in a lot of places.
in a lot of places. Now, I was fine with the bike lane there when I could disregard it and drive through it whenever the fuck I felt like it. Because the size of the street didn't actually change in emergency instances.
Yeah.
But like, I've already seen an ambulance fucking jammed. Could not, nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Like, you have a street that's a good size in the winter, good size.
Yeah.
That is now too small for the summer. Like, I'm driving and my mirrors are like this far from the
Yeah.
parked cars. What happens when there's an emergency? Also, both these streets have a bus on them.
Oh,
So the bike lane ends, a bus stop starts. So you have bikes in the bike lane jamming out into the street constantly. It doesn't make any sense.
No,
now,
I know.
that bitching about it won't solve anything.
no, I know, but we have to bitch about it though.
I will bitch about it, but I think the only way to solve this problem
Yeah.
is to get three organizations on board. Urgence Santé,
Yeah.
the SPVM, and the Pompiers de Montréal. These are the only people who can solve this problem.
I don't think they'll ever get on board.
They will. I think they will. Because they've blocked off emergency access to a neighborhood that has four hospitals and every clinic in the city.
Right.
So, also, just as an added little,
Yeah.
3 days after they finished the bike lanes, they shut down most of Côte des Neiges from Barclay to Van Horn
Oh my God.
because they're
man.
redoing the water mains.
both
It's gonna-
sides.
One side, everything swerves
Yeah,
into
yeah,
one
yeah,
little
yeah.
lane. Getting home, I live right in the middle of that. Getting home is a nightmare. Like the other day I had to go last night I had to go somewhere and I go, should I just fucking walk? And I was like, no,
Because
just take the
it's
car.
a one way. You can't just go around and come into your
There's no
street.
two ways in Côte des Neiges. I mean, there's a few, but there's not
I would
many.
go around and back up into your.
I live at the top of the street. I'm like the second house. Like I would have to back up the
Uh-huh.
whole length of the street.
Sure.
And there's little Filipino children running in the street.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, yeah. They don't see you coming. Speaking of
Because
bike,
I'm in the peripherals. It's really racist, George.
no.
Fucking racist. Jesus
Because they're
Christ.
expecting cars to come from one way and then you're backing up from the other.
I mean, forget that. They don't even look at the cars coming.
That's true. Speaking of bike lanes, a huge saga is developing in Park X. If you're living in Park X, and I spoke with a municipal councillor, a good friend of ours, and she said, George, I don't understand what these people are doing.
Sorry, hold on.
Yeah.
Olga, are you asking for my fucking home address?
Yeah,
Is that what's
give her a home
happening?
address, your social insurance number, everything.
Damn, Olga.
Jesus. I mean, I have hers, so I guess it's only fair. It was on the return package I sent you, by the way.
Hold on. You gotta do a little love song for Olga.
Yeah, why am I so much bigger than George?
I
Poseidon?
zoomed in.
Just slightly bigger, it's not a problem. So Park
But
X.
he's a large man, so it balances out.
Yeah.
George is a large man?
yeah.
He's not a large man. I feel like there's this like lie in the Pantelis universe that like
About?
me and you are little guys compared to compared to
Well,
them we
compared
are.
to their-
But
yeah.
on average like
I don't. You know what the thing? I don't consider Pantelis big anymore. Like he used to be a.
he's
he was
tall.
imposing.
he's tall, he's a big guy.
Yeah, but the fact that he was a bigger guy and the fact that he was tall, you're like shit, fuck, you know. But now he's lost a shit ton of weight.
Yeah.
It's
He's
almo-
still 6'3"? How tall is he?
he looks shorter to me. Like every time
He's,
when I saw him last time, I'm
really?
like, did he lose?
He's 5'9".
Did he shrink? He can't be 5'9". I'm 5'9", dude. What are you talking about?
You're 5'9"?
Yeah.
No
Small.
way.
Yeah, I'm taller than George.
What? How tall are you?
Oh, like 180 centimeters?
What the fuck?
I don't know in feet.
I don't know, but I'm 6'8", so
Yeah,
You're 6'8", huh?
Yeah, 7'3".
Wow. Because like I bring this up because I saw some pictures that someone took of like me and my wife's family. We had like an event thing, and I'm so much taller than everyone in that whole. Like I don't consider myself a big guy, especially here. Like I'm the little guy
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah.
But then like I saw pictures, and it's like all these little people and me. I'm like, hello, like a
Gandalf.
giant, like Gandalf, yeah. And in a few shots, I'm closer to the camera too, so I look like imposing.
Oh my god.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not a little guy. I forgot. It's weird. One time I saw you when we moved in, I saw you guys walking. You, Pantelis, Spiro, who's also a giant, and my dad walking down the hall when we were moving in. My dad looked like a dwarf. I'm like, look at this little guy. Because I mean, he's not little, but he's not very tall either. Yeah, like I'm
I
taller than
love
my
seeing
dad.
pictures of like Arnold Schwarzenegger
Next to Andre the Giant.
next to Andre the Giant and these types.
But
Bro,
Arnold
it's
wasn't
hilarious.
the big guy.
Arnold's not that tall. He
wasn't
wasn't 6
tall,
foot,
yeah.
no?
He's 6'3". He's 6'2".
Is he?
Is he 6'3"? I thought it was under
Yeah.
6.
Let's
Interesting.
see. Actually, I'm curious now.
Yeah, but the most of the inches at the
But
bottom.
the Rock, you think he's like 6'8". He's actually just 6'3". He's my height.
That's because he's always around Kevin Hart, so it fucking throws the.
Yeah.
He just throws everything.
Oh yeah, I thought it was much bigger than that. The Rock.
And a guinea one. That's what they're
so
saying in
what
the
are you
chat.
Oh,
Surprised.
he's short. Oh,
Who's
he's
this?
6'2".
Who?
Arnold.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ah, I'm an inch taller than Arnold.
Hang around. That's the best with the fucking harpoon. He sticks him on the wall. Hang around. Or stick around. What does he say?
Well,
Let out
actually,
some
yo,
steam,
The Rock-
Bennett.
The Rock,
Steam
We
Bennett.
can do the whole show on just fucking lines.
No, you know what's another great one?
The Rock is 6'5", actually.
6'5". Yeah, makes sense.
Your facts are all over the place, bro. Is it hotly contested?
There's so many.
No, the
in
best one is,
Commando, there's just so
he's
many.
not a tumor.
I had to dodge that one.
It's because I'm doing Arnold, so I have to.
It's not a tune.
It's not a tumor.
The other one were what the fuck is it called with the church and the fucking possessed people?
Oh my
He
god.
starts yelling, "You're
That
just
is-
a choir boy."
That's End of Days.
End of Days.
That's one of my favorite movies. At the end, we have to do it. And he just jumps on the fucking sword. They don't make movies like End of Days
He
anymore.
has so many, man.
There are no good movies anymore. A lot of crap.
Is
I
it
am
in Commando where he's holding the guy by the fucking heel? You said you'd kill me, lad. I lied. And he
No,
just
that's
drops him.
yeah, that is Commando. No, it's not Commando, is it?
I think it's Commando.
It must be Commando.
The one where he jumps off the plane, like from fucking 10,000 feet. But he survives because he falls into a little pond.
I started watching John Wick.
I love John Wick.
Me too. I loved all of
fuck,
them.
I love them.
started the latest
The
one.
last one.
8 minutes in, I'm like, no. I just turned
Why?
it off. First of all, it's been too long. I don't remember any of the
Ah,
mythology.
fuck, I love John.
because I've watched a billion things since
I
then.
remember
John
all
Wick.
of it.
Yeah,
For some reason, I remember
I've
parts.
seen them multiple times.
And I wasn't into it. I was like, fuck this. I'll watch it another day. I don't know if it was me or if it was just slow paced with that weird biblical Lawrence Fishburne quoting at the beginning. I was like, I'm not into this right now.
I love him. Love him.
Like it was weird.
The only thing is that
I think they should have stopped at the third one.
no,
maybe.
the fourth one is amazing.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
I'm
great.
gonna
You should.
watch it.
Oh,
I'll
you
watch
should.
it.
You should. But I just feel, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I just hadn't noticed it in the first two, but in the third and in the fourth, like crazy, there's this redundancy with him. And that same move where he jumps on their shoulders and he kind of
Yeah.
arm bars them. Whatever.
I mean,
the
it's
hell called.
realistic that he has one move, right? He's not a fucking superhero. I just remembered another one.
Yeah.
There's a bomb in there.
What?
There's a bomb in there. It's from Commando, right? Where they close the door. There's a bomb in there.
Commando has
So many good one-liners.
Yeah, Commando has the most.
Hung around, Bennett.
Let out some steam.
No, yeah. Is that the same line where he harpoons him and he's
It's a
on the
pipe.
steam thing?
Or he kicks him into a broken pipe, or I don't know. Or
Hung around. Oh, man.
Oh, fucking.
Oh, I'm dead.
Arnold.
I'm fucking dead.
He's good. Arnold's good.
Yeah, Arnold's all right. He's a little bit of all right.
good.
Yeah, so news.
Speaking of bike paths, so that's what I started saying before in Park X. So for the people living in Park X, your life is about to get fucking crazy.
I don't even understand
Especially
what you said
if
the
you're.
other day.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll show you. Let me get the because I forgot the.
Is there a graphic?
I just want to get the streets. There you go. So this is what's happening. From what I found out, the city of Montreal passed some sort of regulation where they were going to increase the bike lanes on the island, and it was passed at City Hall. There was no details, however, on whether or not they were going to remove parking spaces, and if they were going to remove parking spaces, if they were going to be seasonal or whatever.
Not seasonal.
Not seasonal.
Biannual. What are you talking? Perennial. What are you trying to say?
Yeah, like if they were just going to be
For the summer.
Yeah, seasonal would be like just for the summer period, and then
I heard that this year we're gonna have Bixie all winter.
they're leaving. That's what I was saying. So it's
Makes
not
a
gonna
lot
be
of
seasonal.
sense.
Yeah, a lot
For
of
sure.
sense.
Yeah, a lot of sense.
So anyway, so that passed, and then people in Park X find out that it's going to be implemented in Park Extension. And the way they found out was that the city, the borough council, mailed out a bunch of little pamphlets, only in French, about a month ago, for work that is about to start now, I think at the end of summer. So my parents live in Park X still.
Tell
Obviously-
Olga their address. She seems
Yeah,
curious.
yeah, I'll send you the address, Olga. They didn't read it. They thought it was like one of these publicity things. It's in French on top of, so they just
No, French.
went straight to the garbage.
Garbage.
Yeah, City of Montreal, whatever. I don't know, garbage.
Yeah. That's what happened to me, and
And then
now I
the-
found out that was the notification that they're shutting off our water and closing all of the
there you go.
Yeah.
So, and then they found out in the Greek newspaper about everything that's happening, and this is exactly what's happening. Yeah, they had to wait for the Greek local paper to get their news. You know,
Fucking guy, he's a mogul, right?
Yeah.
He's a mogul of media.
So here's what's going to happen. Not only are they going to put bike paths, bike lanes in Park X, but
Okay.
they're removing, from what they say, close to 250 parking spots. Now, I'm going to give you the streets where parking is going to be removed, and you tell me if it's 250 parking spots, because to me, it is way more than that. So,
Okay.
Delepi, between Beaumont and Ogilvy,
That's a big stretch.
yeah, it's 2 blocks. So
How many spots? I wonder how many spots per block.
So it's not both sides. They're
I
removing
understand
parking
that.
on one side.
I'm just trying to think, like those blocks, how many cars fit on there? 100 on each side? Maybe not 100.
Even at a minimum, it's more than 50. But let's say 50, okay, which is probably more. So 2 blocks, that's 100 right there. Okay, someone left. So you have that. So one side of the street disappears for 2 blocks. Then Ogilvy,
Disappears, okay.
Ogilvy between Delepi and Curbs, they lose parking spaces on both sides of the street. Okay.
On both sides, like the whole both sides?
Yeah.
Or like a bit here, a bit
No,
there?
no, both sides.
So
no
if
parking.
you live there, you can't park anymore.
No parking at all on Ogilvy between Delepi and Curbs. So where all the
Oh,
shops
on
are.
Ogilvy.
Yeah, but still, you have
Where
all
all the
the
fucking
you have all
shops are.
the pastries, the bakeries, all those little South Asian stores. There's a lot of traffic on fucking Ogilvy, mind you. There's also these 18-wheelers that take Ogilvy to go and turn into the parking spot to deliver at Loblaws.
Right.
At the end of the street. So,
Right. Yeah.
So and you're gonna fill that up with bikes? Like what the hell's wrong with you? Anyway.
Anyways, okay.
So there's that. Then Curbs between Ogilvy and Liège. So basically all of Curbs. All right.
Oh my God.
One side
Mind
of the
you,
street.
Curbs is. Oh, you're talking about parking, right?
Yeah. So
Shit.
So we're removing
There's just
parking
going to be bike lanes.
on one side of the
So,
street.
here's
Parking
my
is
question
gone.
for the
And
city.
the last one, Ball between Stewart and De Rocher. They lose parking on one side.
That
and,
part of Park X is pretty dense. There's more addresses there.
Yeah, and it's going to become a one-way street.
So Did they
Now,
announce
you tell
what the
me- you
solution
tell-
was
well,
for
there's-
parking?
There's no solution. Like, fuck off.
They're just like, no parking.
Find parking anywhere you want.
Not to mention that on Ball, east and west, like the street will turn in on each other.
What do you mean?
Well, it's from Stewart, right? So they're gonna allow people,
Yeah.
for example, to turn into Ball from Lacadie,
Yeah,
but up until Stewart. Then from Stewart, I think it goes south. Stewart goes south.
yeah.
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 And then like that's
So imagine the
insane.
traffic jam. Imagine the traffic jam on Lacadie. People turning in Ball. You can't continue. Like the traffic won't flow, so they're gonna have to wait to turn on Stewart. Like, what the fuck, dude? Anyways, whatever. So
Wow. What a mess.
It's gonna be a big mess. My
yeah,
first
yeah.
question was, as soon as I saw this, I'm like, there's no way that's only 250 parking spots. There's
That
no way.
sounds like a lot more.
There's no way that's only 250 parking spots.
But at the same time, when you live somewhere in a city and you've had parking, you can't just decide unilaterally as a city, like, yeah, no more parking.
Yeah.
Because people live here. They have
Of course,
cars.
of course.
They didn't move here knowing this is a pedestrian
Not
area.
only that, keep in mind that Park X, first of all, it's the most densely populated area in Montreal.
Yeah.
Not in numbers, but in in a 1.3 kilometer
Yeah,
square
it's tiny.
territory, you have what 20,000 people living there,
I
a
have
little over
I have a
20,000 people.
question. I have a question. How many parking spots would you say are there right now in Park X?
I don't know. I don't know. But if we
don't know.
roughly assume that it's, let's say 50 which is more, but let's say just for the math purposes, 50 parking spots per block.
No, it's way more.
Of course, but let's
know.
say just for the
Make it
purpose of
100 to keep it easy.
Okay, make it 100. Okay, so
Yeah, and it's
the
8 by
levy. So
8.
look, the levy between Beaumont and Ogilvy, that's 2 blocks. So that's already 200.
Yeah.
All right. Then you have Ogilvy. It's 2 blocks from Delepi to Curbs, but it's on both sides.
So 400.
But there's not that many
But
though,
let's say
because
let's say-
they're short blocks.
Let's say 8,000 parking spots on the street.
All of Park X.
All of Park X.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I don't know
I
what-
think
why-
8,000
why-
might.
Because
Why
it's
does that matter?
8 by 8.
What do you mean 8 by 8?
It's 8 blocks by 8 blocks park extension.
Yeah, but the east west are very narrow. Like you can't.
Yeah, but let's just take into account
that's true.
north to south. Let's say it's 100.
It's
on
only 8 north south.
yeah.
Okay, we've gone off a fucking
Well, we
tangent
don't
here.
we don't
yeah.
count Cremazy. We don't count Beaumont.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
Beaumont, there's never parking.
Yeah,
There never was.
there is in a few spaces, but whatever. Yeah, let's ignore it.
It's too, and yeah,
It
it's too
depends on the
tight.
days. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and then so 100 on each block. On
This
each,
is a pointless exercise. The real question here
Look,
is,
it's for sure more than
regardless-
250. It's for sure more than 250. There's no
There
way
was
that
already more cars in Park X than there was available parking.
absolutely.
That's
That's a
the
fact.
important part.
Yeah.
So now, because
And-
you also have
yeah.
to take into account that there's people who come in because there's commerce in the neighborhood.
And-
so now
no,
you've
but-
taken away
Yeah.
a percentage, whatever X percent of parking spots. What's the solution for those people who just lost places to park? Where do they park?
They go around and as if that's gonna make it.
But there are no
Easier.
other spots.
No,
there was
isn't.
already not enough
No,
spots.
like the people on Delepi, like my parents live on Delepi between Beaumont and Ogilvy, right? So they're between Beaumont and Jean Talon. Already there's no parking available. They pay for that vignette, the little sticker, and they still can't find parking space.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're removing one side of the street. So I don't know. They're gonna go around, park on Bloomfield. On curbs they can because they're removing one lane as well.
Mm-hmm.
So either Bloomfield, Champagneur, where the fuck are they gonna park? I don't know. The other thing, aside from the fact that it's the most densely populated area in Montreal, it also has a very significant senior demographic that depend. Like first, of all, they still use their cars to get around. Obviously, they're not going to walk. They're older people. But why would you inconvenience them by removing parking spaces and having them walk 3 blocks or 2 blocks or whatever
I've
it is?
never been able to fully
And this
understand.
isn't just seasonal. This is going to be all year long like this. So wintertime as well.
I can't understand. Like, I try to think about it logically, and Blount's whole thing is that bikes are clean transport, right? That's her whole. It's always been her shtick. But are you trying to encourage more of us to use bike? Like, what are you doing? Are you? Because it doesn't feel like she's trying to encourage me to use the bike.
there's no
'Cause
real
as a
incentive.
Montrealer, I still wouldn't use a bike as a main mode of transportation for a few reasons. One, the streets are so bad; it's not safe to ride a bike. Even the bike lanes have potholes.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
One, two, the bike lanes don't make sense. Because let's say you're on, I don't know, Plamondon, for example, because I was studying this whole area yesterday. If you want to turn left, you have to leave the bike lane, cross a major intersection to get into another bike lane that's on the opposite side of the street. So, like, there's no safe way to get
Right.
around. And by adding the bike lanes, you've made it more dangerous for yourself. Because before, you could have gone on the sidewalk, going around, whatever. So
I don't
there's
know,
that.
yeah.
There's the fact that we have perpetual fucking winter. It doesn't make sense to ride a bike. I'm not a retard. I'm not gonna put my kids on a fucking basket in Montreal on a bicycle.
Yeah, a lot of
those
people
people
do.
are crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why they're allowing bikes in winter in Montreal. To me it makes absolutely no sense. If we had like a mild winter,
If we were
like where you have a couple,
Amsterdam, sure.
like a couple centimeters
It
here and
rains.
there, no problem.
Okay.
But we're talking about fucking a foot deep of snow, and you have idiots with their bike fucking wobbling around. You know how many times I almost killed someone when I used to work here. When I used to come down to the office, I would take Saint Urban all the way to go back home. And at some point, there's this underpass like where when you pass Bernard, I think I can't remember where you go.
Yeah.
Or
Not Bernard, but I know what you're talking about.
Beaumont, I guess it is, or
It's Beaubien.
Beaubien. That's it. So there's the underpass. At that exact spot, I almost killed 3 bikers. 3.
Because you were angry?
No, because you're going. First of all, it's a downhill, so
Yeah.
your car's not stopping. Okay, you're sliding, you're going.
I've hit a bicycle once.
And there's this fucking all the time they were like, whoa! I'm like, he's gonna fall. He's gonna fucking fall. He's gonna fall under my tire.
I
That's
was
it. I'm
I was
killing him.
driving. I think it was in the Mile End Plateau. There's a bike lane on
It
my
has
right.
to be there, obviously.
I don't
Where else
remember
would it
what
be?
neighborhood it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't deep winter, but there was a bit of snow.
Yeah.
Like it was like November, and I'm driving, and there's a bike lane on my right. So I need to turn right. So I'm waiting for these bikes. Like, I'm on a stop sign. They're not stopping at the stop
For
sign,
sure not.
obviously.
Yeah, they don't
So
care.
I've been at the stop sign for like 30 seconds. I'm like, fuck, I need to go. So I start inching into the bike lane. One guy hits my hood, keeps going. I'm like, fuck, I'm losing it. And then all of a sudden, it's open. I'm like, oh, okay, there's no more bikes. I go to turn. Another bike that wasn't using the bike lane, that was on my left, tried to go around me. I hit him. I didn't see him. Like,
You committed a crime and drove away.
no, I didn't drive away. I got out. I go, you dead? He's like, fuck you. I'm like, why aren't you in the bike lane? Like, there's
Yeah.
a whole bike lane. What are you doing? I don't like it there. I'm like, whatever. I'm not having this conversation. I just got back in the car. He was okay.
Yeah.
I didn't hit him at speed. I was just moving. But like,
Yeah.
bro, get in your stay in your lane. Pun intended.
Yeah. No, but so
Speaking of which, can I tell you a very random side story that'll make him angry? It happened to me on when did Greece play France? Monday?
I
yesterday.
have no clue.
Yes, no, 2
Monday.
days ago. Monday, I'm watching the end of the game right before I go pick up the kids. Greece has just been rattled by the referees. Bad things have happened. I'm like, I've never seen this happen in professional soccer. I'm furious. I was like, I'm going to listen to it in the car. So I plug in my phone in the car so I can hear while I'm driving to the school. I'm at Van Horn. It's fucking gridlock traffic because they've destroyed the neighborhood. I'm waiting. It starts to flow. There's this little Yaris in front of me, just meandering like this. And I look, and all I see is like the eyes of a little old lady. I'm like, whatever. I'm not in a rush. I'm listening to soccer. No problem.
Yeah.
But she's in a position that the only way for me to overtake her would be to go into oncoming traffic on
Right.
Van Horn. I'm like, I'm not doing that. We're going like 20 kilometers an hour, but it's a red light up ahead, like whatever.
Yeah.
So beep, 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 beep. I'm like, what's going on? I look behind me. There's one car, this little silver Matrix. And there's this older guy, Quebecois, fucking losing his mind, honking at me, screaming at me.
You can't see there's someone in front of you.
So I go to him with my arm and I'm like, I point. And I have a back camera that I can turn on the new car. And I'm watching him fucking lose his mind. He must have been between 55 and 60, the guy. You know, white, all white hair, white beard, glasses, pocket protector.
Oh,
Looked like a
nice.
fucking professor.
Right.
And now I can hear him screaming at me. I'm like, what the fuck? So we've stopped now because
It feels like these things only happen to you, man. You have so many of
Bro,
these stories. What the
I
fuck?
only have
Wonder
one.
why.
No, the other one
What?
where you came out of the car and
that
you
happened
fucking,
one time, bro. I lost it.
yeah.
But this story takes a weird twist. Wait, I'm driving. This woman, like honestly, if it was any other day, I probably would have been annoyed too. But there was a lot of oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
I couldn't go anywhere. I stick my head out. I go in French. I tell him there's someone in front of me. Like I can't go. He goes, "Fais de la place, tapette." I was like, "What?"
Oh.
I haven't heard that in 20 years. And I was like, "What the fuck did he just
And
call
this guy
me?"
was a professor.
I don't know what
No,
he
he
was.
looked like a professor.
yeah,
Yeah,
He
knows
was just,
what
he
he
was
was.
just looking in the mirror.
Professor Emeritus.
Phil has this gift of looking at people and knowing exactly what they do for a living.
So he starts screaming, tapette, tapette, tabarnak. He's screaming. I'm like, I stick on my head. I'm like, hey, calme-toi. Like, just relax.
Yeah.
And then I hear tick, tick. He's throwing like gum at my car. Like little, I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm going to lose it. So we're coming up on the light. Now, this has all happened in a span of like 40 seconds. And then I just hear, oh, Sidarab. I was like,
Oh my God, man.
and he's saying stuff. I can't even make out what he's saying, but the guy's like spit's coming out of his mouth. He's not far behind me. I
Yeah.
can see him. I was like, whatever. She finally decides she's going to turn left on Côte des Neiges. So I pass her on the right. Now the light turns green. and I go off. I don't speed off. I just go. It's finished in my mind, right? I pull up to Hudson, which is the next big intersection, to turn right, and I hear. He slams the brakes next to me and he gets out of the car. I was like, oh, what's this all about? And he comes and he starts fucking screaming like, honestly, I didn't even hear half the stuff he said, but I caught maudit d'arabe, go home, ici c'est pas pour toi. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy saying? And he goes, start tapet, and I'm like, the guy's spitting.
This is at what time?
4? So I'm not even looking at him. I'm just like, I can't
AM
believe
or
this is
PM?
happening. What?
AM or PM?
8 p.m. It's the middle of the afternoon, bro.
AM. Who the fuck?
Phyllis Maghrébin. And he fucking grabs my shirt like this.
Oh, your window's open.
My window's open. I was just sitting listening to the fucking soccer game.
Yeah.
So I look at him and I tell him in English, I'm like, let go of my shirt. And he goes, I don't know what he said. He yells something at me and I'm like, fuck this. So I just unclip my belt and I shove him.
What the fuck is this?
He falls on the hood of his car, falls on the floor.
No way. He's drunk.
He wasn't drunk.
No, okay.
I shoved him hard. Like,
Okay.
he wasn't expecting it. He thought he was, I have you, you know? Like, what are you going to do, bro? I'm wearing a seatbelt. You're going to pull me out of the car, you old man. So I tell him in English, I'm like, old man, stay on the floor. Because if I get out of the car, I make no promises. Quoi? I'm like, fuck, it doesn't speak English. And I'm too angry to speak French.
I can't think French when I'm angry.
He starts saying racist shit to me again about being Arab. I'm like, fuck this. So he goes to get up. I open the door and I just put my foot out near him. And I'm like, don't get up. Don't get off the floor. And he just kind of looks at me. I close the door. I look at him. He's looking at me. And I just drive off. And then I'm driving. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? So I call Anna. I'm like, a man just tried to assault me. It was a hate crime. But I'm not even Arab.
You know what?
Bro, what the fuck? You know what this is?
Yeah.
This is Lego.
It is Lugo.
It's Lego's fault. That's the point
Why
of
is
this
it Lugo's
story.
fault?
Because, how do you say "Ehune pari aera" in English?
They've taken air.
They've taken air. Because all the assholes who felt in like a little better, a little more, a little better than, they were quiet because
could
it
be
was
Justin's
not okay.
fault, too.
It's not Justin's fault, this.
It could be everyone's fault.
If he was a transgender dude yelling at me that my license plate offended him
yeah.
and my pronouns were wrong, sure, that'd be Justin's fault. This, Pantelis said it's not necessarily Lego's fault. Maybe you just fell on a crazy person. I think it might be both of those things.
I think he's drunk. Like, I mean, who the
He
fuck
wasn't
is...
drunk. He was in my face. I could smell his fucking breath. Smelled like fucking poutine curds. And fucking sadness. But like, bro, you're an old man. What are you doing?
So hold on, you just threw this old man to the ground in the middle of the street,
I shoved him. I shoved him off me. He was,
and you
he was
just
grabbing me,
you
bro.
left him in the middle of the street, and you just drove off.
Yeah, I left him on the floor like a bitch. What was I supposed to do? Beat the crap out of him? He's an old man.
No, I don't know. I'm just
You know,
curious.
I wouldn't have even shoved him if I was ready to close the window, but his arm was in. Once his arm was in, I had to push him.
No, I'd take his arm and drive off with
And
him.
this happened at 4 p.m. on
4
Van
p.m.
Horn?
on fucking Van Horn and Hudson. Monday it was. A sunny day. Bro, it doesn't make
You
sense.
know, every time these circumstances come up, I keep thinking, what if this happens and the kids are in the car?
If the kids are in the car,
Are they going to experience violence? Like, what are they
if
gonna
my
do?
kids had been in the car, he would have experienced very bad violence.
You think?
Bad violence. Yeah. Like they would have,
Well, you wouldn't have thought, shit, let me not.
Leia would have had to figure out, yeah, mom, dad's getting arrested. Like
He's
Yeah,
on the
I
hood
know.
of the car. We don't know what's
he's on
happening.
the hood of the car. He
They
doesn't look
bent
happy.
him over. He looks like they're tickling him because he's laughing.
Yeah, but like, first of all, that guy's lucky it was me and it wasn't him. You know what I mean?
Why? Look, you know what?
No, I wouldn't have put my hands on an old man.
If
the
he
guy
grabbed, if he
walks into
grabbed
your
you and tried to
space,
pull
dude,
you out
what
of
are you talking
the
about,
car,
man?
I think I would have just laughed. If it was
You-
an old man and he grabbed me.
Well, it's not
Bro.
like he's like an old fucking 80-year-old guy that can't walk.
he wasn't that old. He was like in his 50s, 60s. And he grabbed me like he was trying to take me out of the car. What do you do?
Maybe 5 years ago, I would have snapped heavy, but now maybe I would have just
The
shoved
other
him.
day, you walked in here and told me a story about how you cut someone off. We're at fault. He flipped you the
What
bird.
are you talking about? He
and
cut
then
me
you
off 3 times.
Regardless, sorry. Okay, fine. I got that part wrong. Somebody flipped you the bird,
Yeah.
and you followed them
No.
to a gas station
No.
just to assert your dominance.
I was going
Yeah.
to Rockland, and then he
You
happened
said
to
you
pull
pulled
into
the car
ga-
next to him. You got out. And you're like, "What's up, bro?"
Yeah,
And
so
I said, why would you do that? He goes,
emasculated
and you
him.
said, I just wanted to emasculate him. That's
Yeah.
some premeditated shit, bro. I was liberating
That's not
my
premeditated.
space.
It just happened.
He did what he had to do to defend himself.
I didn't look. I don't think I was ever in any real danger, but that guy could have had
Someone's
a gun.
hand.
I don't know.
Yeah, but
The
not
second
only that,
your hand's on me, I'm shoving you off.
no, but flip it the other way, man. What if you had a fucking gun? So this guy thinks, oh, I'm gonna teach this guy a lesson.
Bro, if I had a gun, I would have fucking riddled him like Swiss cheese.
No, but guys, seriously. Today, you cannot take these fucking risks that we used to take when we were 15, 16 years old, where you're like, either I'm punching someone in the face or I'm getting beaten up, and there were consequences that you can live with, you know? Today, you don't know what you're getting into, man. You
when
don't know
things
what
changed
they're
for me?
carrying.
When things changed for me, when I was in Florida, because I was there often, right? Because of work.
And you saw people actually carrying guns on them.
I saw, like, first of all, when I first got there, like, they're crazy drivers, a little crazier than here. And I would honk and flip the bird, whatever.
No.
Then I'm on the highway. I see someone get cut off. The guy gets out. Pop, pop, pop. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Holy
So
shit, dude.
people
Are you
would
kidding
cut
me?
me off, and I'd be like, thank you. Have a great day,
Thank you very
bro.
much.
Orale, man. Like, no problem. You go. Do your thing.
You have no clue what you're getting into today,
Yeah.
man. So just fucking
But it's a
swallow your pride.
But like,
and
look,
just,
put your arm out like
Yeah.
this. The guy's holding me. I went like that to him.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's not fucking super aggressive.
but the fact that he fell, I mean, either he has issues.
I don't
Either
think
he was drunk and he couldn't stand up,
I think the
or he
fact-
was shocked. He wasn't
the fact
expecting
that I
you to do
wasn't
that.
looking at him when he was talking, and I was like, "Don't lose it, because I was
Yeah.
starting to lose it.
Yeah.
Don't lose it. I think he thought I was scared, so when I just shoved him, he wasn't expecting it. Also, he hadn't noticed that I had unclipped my seatbelt.
Ah.
So when I turned with my whole body.
Yeah.
So he thought like he was here, like he had a grab by the shirt.
Yeah.
But I thought he couldn't pull you out because you had your seatbelt on.
He couldn't, as far as he knew. I don't
Even-
know what he was trying to do. I unclipped
Pull
my
him out through the window.
I unclipped my seatbelt to push him. Like I was like this, right? My hand was here.
Yeah.
When I decided that like enough is enough, I just unclipped my seatbelt. So, I mean, it's a one thumb move, bro. It's thick.
Yeah.
There's been times where
What would you have done?
Huh?
What would you have
I
done?
probably-
I'm curious.
I probably would have killed the man. Let's be honest.
Honestly, a guy who you've done nothing wrong.
dude, in a second your adrenaline is through the roof. The
Oh,
guy's
my
fucking
my
touching
eyes
you.
were like,
yeah. You don't know what you're
The
doing.
second he put his hand on me, I was like,
like
okay.
you're not trained to control your fucking anger at that point, man. You're like it's just pure reaction.
Like the time I committed a hate crime by accident.
That's why it's important to have a fucking dash cam. Like I think I'm gonna get one.
It wouldn't have helped me.
Well, at least it would show this fucking guy coming in and
No, my dash cam's in the front. This all happened from behind me.
what's it called? The fucking 360, like they can look into your
Yeah,
car
I
kind of
don't.
camera.
I mean, look. The point of this story was bike lanes. That's why he was stuck. That's what caused all of this.
Yeah.
There's a fucking bike lane. Why is there a bike lane there?
Yeah.
This poor little old woman. Okay, there's the sacks to blame too. That little bro. She was driving like this. She was adorable, the old little woman, but like she shouldn't have been driving a car.
Like her hands are up here.
Yeah, and she was like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Like hilarious. But what a weird fucking story.
Has that ever happened to you where you think you're going to be?
I want to see what the chat's saying about my story. I saw something about Lego.
Just continue.
First
the
of
show.
all,
Get
I
to the
don't
stories.
lie. I get accused and give up. There's one liar here, and it ain't me. What are you going on about?
Nothing. Go get to the stories, George.
Have you ever been in situations where you thought you were going to lose your shit, but you were calm, but then your wife kind of took over?
What?
Like you thought you were going to lose your shit, and it didn't happen, but then surprisingly, it's your wife that went off. Let me explain to you.
My wife goes off often on people,
Yeah, I remember.
so I try to leave when it's happening.
We were. I think I was married. I can't remember. I think we're married. Anyways,
No,
whatever.
hold on a second. Why are you saying you're lying? Who told you you were lying?
Uh,
No, I'm asking you a question.
It doesn't matter. It had to do with the chat.
Yeah, what happened? I want to know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Get
Yeah,
to the
we're
stories.
gonna
Get
it's
to
gonna
the
derail the whole
stories.
thing. So we're going to the old port, and I think it was on a Saturday, fucking jammed everywhere, and we're going around looking for parking, and finally I see this guy leaving. Right, I'm like, oh, perfect. So as the car leaves, you know how you park? You go in the front so you can back up.
Mm-hmm.
So the car leaves, I go in the front to back up, and as I look behind me to park, some fucking car came in front first and parked. I'm
Okay.
like, what the fuck is that guy doing? What the hell is he doing?
Parking wars. They're high adrenaline situations.
So my
parking
my
wars.
wife's like, oh no, please don't freak out. No, please. I'm like, babe, no, man, he just took a fucking parking spot. She goes, no, please don't do it. Because she's right there, right? Like I'm backing up, and like the window is hers. It's the passenger window. So I back up. I open the fucking window. I'm like, dude, I was here. Very calm. I'm like, you didn't see me waiting? And my wife's like, oh my God, don't do it. and the guy just ignores me, and his wife or his girlfriend starts fucking yelling or whatever,
Your wife lost it.
and then my wife starts
Put up her hair in a ponytail.
she's like, nobody's fucking talking to you, bitch. Nobody's talking to you.
Holy
I'm like,
shit.
I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I'm like, let me drive off. I got embarrassed, dude. I drove off.
I know this isn't news, but my favorite story ever, the best. 'Cause we're walking at Marché Central. We're getting out of the car. We're parked. My wife's taking out the little one, and there's a woman parked next to us. And I noticed that she's making crazy faces at my wife's back. So I'm like, Anna, I think she needs to get out of the car. Like, I didn't understand what was happening. So Anna's like, huh? She moves. The woman gets out. She goes, are you fucking serious? And Anna's like, what are you talking about? Like, very calm. She's like, Anna's holding a baby.
Yeah.
She's looking at her car, and she's like, you scratched my car with your door? She's like, no, I didn't. I was there. The door never touched.
Yeah.
What I think happened was my daughter was holding a Barbie, and when Anna took her out, the Barbie grazed the window.
Yeah, whatever.
That's it. But the woman was being really
People
fucking
are so
aggressive.
stupid, man. Honestly,
And Anna's being pretty calm, and then all of a sudden she goes, how about you shut the fuck up, psycho? Out of the blue. Just, like holding one kid's hand and the other one in her arm. She goes, oh, really?
Oh my
I'm like, Anna,
God.
just go. I got this. Like, I'm like, look, ma'am, get in your car. Everything's fine. Your car's fine. Don't be crazy. She gets in her car. We're crossing the street, and I can feel Anna slowing down on purpose because this woman's about to turn. And Anna's what? Like, she's ready to go, and she's like, great role model. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, Anna's just losing it, right?
God.
And there's this guy, and this is the great part of the story. There's this guy waiting at the intersection. So I've now put myself between my wife, my children, and this woman. I'm like, okay, that's enough. Everyone just go. Fuck off. Let's go. And the guy's like, what the fuck? I'm like, bitches. He's like, oh, okay. And Anna's like, what the fuck did you say to him? I'm like, yeah, you know how it is. And he's like, bro. And he goes like this to me. He goes, like, I get it. I got you.
the bro code.
He's like, I understand. I'll wait. I won't honk. I apologize. I'm like, I'm sorry. Let me just clear this estrogen situation up a
Oh,
second.
jeez.
It was pretty funny though. But it's just funny because Anna was calm, and then she's like, shut the fuck up, psycho.
It's crazy how fast this shit can happen.
yeah,
like the
yeah.
switch, man. Boom. Once it's flipped, it's over.
Look, I'm not pretending like I'm level-headed. I'm, especially on the road,
Me too. In the road,
very aggressive.
I lose my patience a lot when I drive. I have to work on it. But then again, it's not my fault because it's just always traffic and construction. It's Montreal.
I mean, it's Valérie Plante's fault, really. Like,
Really,
all of this
It is.
sounds like a non sequitur, but it isn't. It's all
Yeah.
about fucking the city being a mess.
So just to wrap up Park X, I don't know what's going to happen. So I spoke with the municipal council. She's like, George, I don't think I have any other, there's no solution to this. It's been voted by the city, even though the details weren't really mentioned. But there's the borough council, the Valérie Plante's
Did you
party.
throw Olga out?
No.
Valérie Plante's party has the majority at borough council, so there's really not much that could happen. So yeah, man, stay tuned. I think, dude, I don't know how Park Xers are going to react. Like, I'm afraid. I'm afraid for the borough mayor.
They have a lot of kirpans, so
It's not
You know those
them.
knives?
I'm worried about those Greek little. Oh,
tug lives.
yeah, the
tug
thugs.
ladies,
Yeah,
the tuggies.
I'm worried that she might get this coffin delivered in front of her house or something.
Nah,
yeah.
they don't have the
Bro, you know what we did, bro?
They don't have the infrastructure for that shit.
Ah, maybe they don't.
No.
Yeah.
And they work late, at the hospital. So
Oh shit.
yeah, good times.
Let's get on to that fucking submarine thing, man.
Oh, bro, those they have like I think by my count of this morning checking, they have if they're alive
Yesterday
and
was
not
40
frozen
hours
to death, they have about 14 hours of air left.
Oh shit. Yeah,
they're all
yesterday,
dead.
yesterday
Like,
by
let's be
midday-
serious, they're all dead.
Yeah,
they're
but-
frozen to death.
By midday yesterday, they had about 40 hours. The only sign of hope that they
This
first of all,
morning.
let's just set the stage.
Oh yeah,
here.
Ocean Gate.
So yeah, this is a company that has a submarine, and they sell these excursions, this tourist thing to go off the
Titanic.
coast of Newfoundland to see the Titanic.
Why'd you call it Newfoundland?
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. Say it like a Canadian.
Newfoundland.
No, I meant Newfoundland,
Newfoundland.
not Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Mini. Yeah, mispronounce that again. Mini.
Mini.
All right, yeah.
Mini.
So they're off
So,
the
yeah.
coast of Newfoundland,
So
looking at the Titanic,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Titanic tours.
It's Titanic tours.
Yeah, like James Cameron
Super expensive. It's like
$250,000,
$250,000
yeah.
a ticket.
to die.
Why the fuck? First of all, the idea of going into a submarine scares the shit out of me.
Oh, I don't think I could do it.
Even
I've been in a submarine, but it wasn't underwater, and it scared me.
even that I wouldn't do.
Well, I was just floating like a boat.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was like decommissioned. It was like a museum piece. It's
Okay,
fine,
okay.
But like whatever. Have you ever been on like a big ship, like a military ship?
No.
Remember when the ships had docked here back
Yeah,
then?
yeah.
I had gone. I
The
had spent the night-
destroyers,
I had-
those
yeah, the Greek
those
ones that had
escort
come.
ships. Oh wait,
The
wait,
frigates.
no, they weren't military, were
They
they?
were frigates, yeah, the military frigates that had shown up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So like
okay.
I had spent a lot of time in there. I had made friends with them. We were like drinking. It's super weird because you're like below water line and there's no windows. You're just in like a steel box.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
No. To know that at least the boat something goes wrong. I mean, if you're in the middle of the ocean, fucking chances are that you're done. You
You're
know?
done.
But
Look, I'm terrified of the ocean. It frightens. Like I'm as mad because I won't go on a cruise.
yeah.
I feel like that you're tempting. You're teasing Poseidon, not this Poseidon.
But
You're
yeah.
tempting the fates.
But there's some hope. At least you're breathing. You can get on a lifeboat. They can call in, radio in for help. Like something could happen. Imagine
until
being,
a shark comes and eats your dick.
Imagine being fucking closed off. You don't know where the fuck you are. It's
faster.
dark. I can't. I don't.
So these guys are for
12,000 feet deep, eh?
No,
they're-
no,
they're
12,000, bro.
Did you see that
Oh
vi-
yeah, no, it's meter. It's 3,500 meters.
So they're.
you're right. Yeah,
he's right.
12,000.
Yeah.
They're. Listen to this. So from this story on Twitter, I was going through like the articles and stuff. Somebody showed an image from I think last year's dive,
Yeah.
the last trip they did, where they had attached a styrofoam cup to the outside of the hull, and the styrofoam cup goes from this size to this
Nothing.
size.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like, just gives you an idea of like the pressure building.
Oh yeah. So the only hopes they have is that the captain, whoever is in charge, managed, because I don't know exactly what died. They lost contact with.
They're saying
with the
maybe they
submarine.
lost power, but they'd still have air, but they have no heat.
Oh yeah.
They're froze. They're popsicles. They're done, man. If those people are, first of all, they heard noise this morning. Like there's banging that was identified by a Canadian CF Coast Guard sonar ship.
So someone's
plane.
knocking on the inside.
Someone's they seem to have generalized. They found a general location.
Okay.
They're going to check now, but it takes like 3 hours to descend, right? Safely, and then you got to bring them back up to pressure. Do they have the air to come back up? If they are still alive, maybe not.
Yeah.
They'll make a movie in 2 years, so we'll hear all about it.
Probably, but
And you know what's
yeah,
crazy
'cause,
is
see,
that-
no, I hadn't heard that, but I had heard that maybe their hopes are that they managed to get it to surface, and they're just lost somewhere in the ocean. But
Why don't they slowly release air and it right?
No, you got.
That's the opposite of what'll happen.
I know. Just
It'll just sink.
yeah. And you know what's crazy is that there's no doors on that thing.
No, it's bolted from the outside.
It's bolted. So not only do they have to go and get it,
can't, bro. I
so
just
to,
thought of it.
unbolt it.
because to descend, because you can't unbolt it underwater.
Obviously, you'll.
Because
Drown.
to descend,
What's he saying?
it will take like forever, right? 12,000 feet. It's a lot.
It's
just
probably
said
like 2-3
3
hours or something. Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Because you gotta go slowly. You
Oh,
can't
that's not
just,
as
Yeah, you
bad.
can't go
Oh, I thought
fast.
it
You'll
was longer.
fucking die, bro.
Yeah.
I thought it took a day to descend.
The ocean is terrifying. It's worse than space.
So, but then you got to bring it back up, and then like it's nuts, bro.
You know how many deep divers fucking suffer brain trauma because they
They get the bends.
Yeah, they
Well, there's
they
the guys that
mistime
are
their-
underwater welders. They get paid $1 million a year, but they get bamboozled, bro.
I'm sorry?
They get bamboozled.
bamboozled.
I like how he
I
made
don't
a
think-
new
I don't think they go that deep.
He made a
though.
passive.
No,
verb.
they go deep.
Yeah, some of them go deep.
Some of
like
them go
balls deep.
very deep, very, very.
What the
deep.
hell is there to weld?
The bottom of like oil pipelines.
Yeah.
They're that deep.
The internet cables that
Well,
cross
because they
the
gotta go
Atlantic.
down to the
all that
ocean
stuff.
floor. You can't just have a pipeline
Floating.
floating.
Yeah.
In the middle of
Imagine
the
it's just
ocean.
like, fucking move, bro. We gotta go get it. There's this guys who their job is to hold it in place.
You know, so it's got to go all the way down to the ocean floor, and you got to go and you got to weld. Like it's nuts, bro. And sometimes they got to do repairs on the oil rig.
You know what the
itself.
craziest job is? Those guys who have to go to the top of those fucking towers to change a light bulb once a year.
That's
and
not
they
that
get
bad.
like,
I
look it
would
up.
do it.
Heights scare the shit out
Bro,
of
no,
me.
no. I mean,
They
this is
get paid,
nuts.
I think, what, 40, 50 grand to change it twice?
40, 50 grand every
Each
time they go up. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's only
But like
twice a
I've
year.
seen like the footage of I'm like no just no. I had a hard time going up into the clock tower at the Quai de l'Horloge.
Yeah,
I was like,
but
no.
you're secured and you're tied.
Have you seen those?
You fucking sneeze, bro, while you're up there. You fall, you hit your head. No one's coming up to get you. You know why? Because you're the only malaka who goes up there.
Yeah, but at least they know where
Why
I
don't
am.
they just go up with a helicopter and have someone dangle down? Seems safer.
No, that's nuts, bro.
That's cool. Yeah.
That must be cheaper than 50K each time.
Yeah, one of those fucking.
I doubt it.
What do you call them? Those marine safety heli? You know, they descend with a fucking They can do that, right?
What are you talking about? You're saying a lot of words.
So they can go in a helicopter. The guy who changes the light jumps onto the tower.
No, he descends with a fucking
They repel him down, yeah.
yeah.
And then he holds onto the tower to change the light.
Yeah, he straps himself onto the whatever
They
to the
fly
tower.
off safe away, so it's not windy. You want the guy to work, right? And they'll drop the light.
Yeah.
Imagine you're up there, you drop the fucking light bulb. You're like, bro, in about 3 minutes, a light bulb's gonna hit the ground. Okay, be careful. I'm like, what do you mean?
How big is the light bulb though? It must be fucking. It's probably
Oh,
bigger.
so you gotta carry all that and climb. God damn, yeah.
Oh, it's only one light bulb.
I would do it. Imagine you only have to work 2 days a year.
Poseidon gets like 40 feet up. He's like, bro, I'm winded. I need a second.
But think about it. You only gotta work 2 days a year, bro.
Yeah. But your adrenaline's pumping so high that it's taking 10 years off your life each
Have
time.
you seen those? Have you seen those videos? Those parkour fucking
Parkour! Sorry.
yeah, in the
help it.
office.
Parkour!
And they're on these buildings, and they have I guess a GoPro. Just looking at that footage, I was like,
They do that in Greece a lot, in Mykonos, where they jump over
It's in
the
Santorini. They
yeah.
have an international competition there.
Yeah.
But that's nothing because I mean, whatever. It's like a wall or like at the top of the church, and no. But these are guys that are top, like rooftop.
Those guys are nuts.
They're crazy.
Who do they think they are? Fucking Batman,
I
bro?
don't know, man.
Poseidon, I'm like honestly fucking curious now. What the fuck happened in the chat? Explain yourself.
You're typing away there, and
Doesn't matter. Keep going. Do the news.
No.
We haven't done news today.
Let me ask you.
sure
It
we have.
matters because I asked you.
Because lies are being propagated about.
Yeah, I want to know I'm giving you a
But
chance to defend
I don't
yourself.
appreciate being called a liar anymore.
Okay, but what
That's
did you? What were you accused of lying about?
Oh no, just in general, because Pantelis had joked around about calling me a liar repeatedly on Pantelis Live, and now the people are like, hey, put the Poseidon the liar. I'm not a liar. Fuck off.
Stand up for yourself, brother.
Yeah.
That's it.
There you go. Get
Also,
to the
you
news.
didn't say something today, and they're like, "Yo,
no,
you're a liar."
No, exactly. Yeah, just
Oh,
in
okay.
general.
I was like, because if you lied, I want to know what it
Pantelis
was
made it a
about.
running gag, and then they think it's okay to just call me a liar like that.
So you're upset with Pantelis, so you're taking it out on them?
No, I'm not upset with Pantelis. I'm upset that they're calling me a liar right now at this moment.
He's not upset with a guy calling
They're,
him a
they're
liar.
calling you a liar for no reason now.
I don't remember, dude. Just
No,
get
I mean
to the
like
news.
now they're
I
just
don't
calling
even
you a liar
remember anymore.
randomly.
They're Pantelis
Bro,
loyalists.
and how does that make you feel?
It doesn't matter. Get to the news.
Yeah.
Everything you feel matters. you matter, Antoni.
How many pairs of shoes do you have?
Huh?
I've only seen him wear 4 pairs of shoes.
Hold on. Let me
Every
count.
time I come
He's
in,
got the Nikes with the blue stripes. He's
About
got
a
the red
dozen.
shoes.
What? Why?
You have a dozen? That's more than I have,
About a
actually.
dozen, yeah.
I have,
I have 3. Fuck.
but you're George.
Yeah.
Oh, you're George.
Actually, I think I have more than. Oh, but I have boots too. Fuck.
Boots don't count. Sneakers.
Oh, sneakers, not that many actually.
I have 2 pairs of Air Max, 2 pairs of Air Force. I have a pair of Blazers that I should have never bought because they're uncomfortable. And something else.
Why?
I wear them all.
Mm.
Sometimes I want sturdiness. Sometimes I want comfort. And I always buy 2 colors of everything. Shirts, pants, shoes.
Standard.
Just so you can back
Yeah.
and forth it.
Yeah.
I have gray Air Max. I have white Air Max.
Ah.
I have all white Nike Air Force Ones. I have ones with the black stripe. Like, you gotta,
Okay, let's get on to the
Jorge
federal-
Rosales being very generous with $2.20 for absolutely no reason in the chat.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jorge. We really appreciate
Why
it.
don't I see it? Oh, I still don't see it. That's weird.
Oh. Click on live chat.
I
You
am
gotta
on
click
live
on
chat.
all messages or whatever the fuck it's called.
Nothing. Just get to the news. You guys have been talking about road rage stories all morning.
It's all part of the news,
dude.
bro.
It's part of the bike lanes, and
Remember,
that's,
non sequitur. We talked about this.
You mentioned Anna Gainey. Let's just get to that because there
Someone
were,
in the chat said it. Yeah.
yeah, there were by-elections.
She looks a lot like her father. It's
Oh,
weird.
Yeah. What a shock that she won in
No
NDG, right? Yeah.
Not NDG, Westmount.
It's called NDG Westmount.
Oh, right, yeah.
Whatever. And it's,
No damn good Westmount.
so there were 4 ridings, I think, up for grabs. Nothing really changed. The Conservatives kept the 2 that they had. The Liberals kept the 2 that they had. However, one thing that I noticed is that the
need
Liberals,
I need water.
Yeah, go get some water.
despite everything going on, because see, this is the thing about by-elections. Yeah,
Yo, he's become unhinged, though. Like, it's a problem. Like,
talk about it while he's gone.
yeah. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Guys, come on, man, take it easy
Guys,
on
don't
him.
call him a liar. I want
Come
everyone to
on.
start calling him an FAG.
FAG, yeah.
But make it like an
When he
at,
comes back.
so it doesn't get censored, okay?
As soon
Be
as
like,
he
stop
comes
being
back.
an F at ampersand G.
Yeah, as soon
You're
as
such
you come
a
back.
just
fucking bombard
go
the
nuts.
chats.
All of you get
Yeah,
gulag.
yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
whoever-
fucking watch him lose his mind because the whole time he's been shaking his leg.
Yeah, he's
Looks like
fucking,
he's masturbating.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
he's fucking nervous. Yeah, just go all out on the guy.
thank you, Olga. I knew that's what happened. I saw it happen. I wanted him to admit it. That's what I was doing. That's why I've been fishing. But Gainey obviously won in NDP.
Yeah.
Who's running against her?
I don't know.
I laughed at George. Fuck.
Conservatives were
Dying over here.
No, look. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about you're back. It's good to have you back. Anyways, here's the thing about by-elections, and
I mean, the thing about by-elections is they can go either way. If you know what I mean, George.
no, yeah,
If you know what I mean.
yeah, they can go either way. Yeah.
Do you
No.
have a snare symbol
Tudum.
button for me? Or no?
Snare.
Dum-dum-tsh.
I could
No, you
get
got no
one
but-ums.
right now.
Well, it's too late. Have it ready for another good joke, though. I might have another zinger soon.
And so here's the thing about by-elections. You kind of see the trend. Like,
Sorry, is this provincial or federal?
This is federal.
Okay.
Yeah, this is for Justin Trudeau. So despite everything that's been going on with Trudeau, despite the Chinese interference, all these things, I mean, it's been a very bad beginning of year for
Not now. No one said anything.
for the Liberal government.
Why you gotta be a retard?
And everyone has been eager to see what's going to happen in these by-elections, to see what's going on with the Conservative Party. Are they really gaining ground because they've gone up in the polls? And some on some occasion they were even ahead of the
How
Liberals.
is Gainey doing on the poll?
She won by 50%.
That's when you do it, bro. Anyways.
Anyways, whatever.
What happened?
So here's the thing.
You want the drum roll again?
Because I think
No.
last week you asked me, if the Conservatives had a chance to win, or if Justin Trudeau was going to get reelected.
Sounds like something I would ask, yeah. And you said, I love Justin. He is my leader.
Never said that.
And you put your hand out in like a weird pointing.
yeah,
maneuver,
sure. No, I said that it sucks to hear this, but he might actually pull it off because of the polarization that exists. And this is what we saw in these elections. The NDP lost fucking 9% of its vote. Like,
Yeah.
it all went to the Liberals. And this is just, maybe it's a trend. Who knows what's going to happen? But it's exactly what we were talking about, in the sense that because Pierre Poilievre is perceived as whatever he's perceived as, the the left wing of the spectrum, so the NDP, they're going to hold their nose. It fucking stinks to do it, but they're going to vote Liberals because they think that if we don't do that, he might win. So let's just vote Trudeau. And I think that may happen. Well, we saw
It's
this.
also Anna Gainey. I think she's well liked.
Forget about that writing.
Like,
that
as a
writing was
personality.
forget about that. That writing was going to be liberal. What I didn't even look.
okay.
I didn't even see who won. I saw the
Isn't
other
it weird,
parties.
though, that writing is a liberal writing?
No, it's not. Why?
Westmount. Why would you vote for the party that wants to tax you more because you're well off?
I don't know why.
vote for the conservative
like,
guy.
Provincially, it makes sense because they're mostly Anglos,
Yeah, sure.
Federalists.
Yeah, fine. I'm talking about
But
federally.
federally, you would imagine these guys are, businessmen, wealthy, much more conservative.
You think they're sending their housekeepers to vote as proxies?
The ethnics. We're not going to get to that. So
We're not going to get to that.
we're not going to get to the characterization, but they're not listening.
Who's not listening?
Nothing. Yeah. So what's it called? So I didn't really see. I wasn't really looking to see who won. I was curious to see how the other parties did, and the NDP just fucking got
Thank you.
destroyed.
I'm live streaming us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Why?
Oh, you're live streaming me now.
Well, you're producing and we're talking. It's going to make sense. No?
Not
Okay,
really.
forget it.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what's happening. So I just wanted to bring that up. Nothing really changed in the makeup of Parliament. The seats are exactly the same, but the Conservatives that won those two seats won them with less vote than they did in the previous election. The NDP it got a big fucking slap in the face, and everybody's wondering if Poilievre is doing the right moves. Because obviously the reaction that it's causing is one where the NDP seems to be supporting the Liberals. So that's it. Also in these by-elections, you had Max running. Our good friend, what the fuck's his last name? Maxime Bernier from the People's Party, the Libertarian.
Yeah, yeah.
So he went to run in the riding that was available in Manitoba, where they did pretty okay in the last federal election. Here's the funny thing is he got less vote than his candidate did in the last general election. So the leader of the party runs in a riding where the candidate that was there during the general election got more vote than he did this time. So I don't know what kind of message there is there to see for Maxime Bernier, but there you have it.
Maxime Bernier. Poor guy.
What was,
Didn't
his,
go well for
what
him,
was
huh?
his jingle over here? He was still with
Got a
Harper.
jingle?
It was the last campaign he did with Harper, so that must have been 2015.
Okay.
That's when Harper lost. And because he was very popular in his district there in Beauce, he was fucking glorified. He was they loved him
They
there.
loved him.
He was kind of starting to dissociate from Harper, and he thought, "Fuck this shit! I'm gonna have my own campaign slogan, my own campaign jingle." And he actually paid money, and they produced a jingle that was just for him.
Can you find it?
Yeah,
Right,
put
Maxime
the
Bernier
Maxime Bernier election jingle. I think it was. Oh fuck! Let me try to remember it.
What's a jingle in French? A jingle?
I don't know. Une tune.
When we get taken down for this.
Bernier, Maxime Bernier, some shit like that. Did you find it?
Keep talking and I'll find it. Don't worry.
Maxime Bernier jingle, election jingle.
Oh, I found it.
Faites comme nous et
But
votez.
it's a CBC. I don't want to play it from CBC.
Just play the song.
Who cares, bro?
Jingle, Maxime Bernier karaoke.
What?
Karaoke.
I don't think it's karaoke.
No, I don't think that's what it is. Hold on, CBC put it. Maybe CBC has it. Ah, il fait beau dans le métro. Is that it?
What? Oh man.
C'est beau.
Is this it?
I don't think it's this.
People can't see this, so after the ad.
Joker's Magnet saying jingle is the same word in French, jingle. But I know for a fact that the ingle sound doesn't work in French.
This
Like
is
they
so
can't
not
say
it.
This is not it.
Well, I want to see this though. What is it? Seems awesome.
But I can't hear anything though.
We might get taken. Will we get? What's the account? Mystical MTL. No, I don't think so.
Let's play.
I can't hear anything.
I'm
Yeah, you're about to hear.
So not this, bro.
Not this.
No, this is from the fucking 70s.
I love
Hold
it.
on, I'm trying to find it.
Just Maxime Bernier.
That's what I wrote.
Jingle. Election.
Okay, while he searches,
Yes.
that should only take 20 minutes. I'm just gonna step off for 1 second.
So yeah, so I
Maxime
think
Bernier jingle.
yeah, that's what you said before, bro. And you brought up a fucking metro thing.
Well, that's what I wrote. But jingle, Maxime Bernier à la tête de conservateur. Is this it? Maybe.
Faites comme nous et votez Ber. Yes.
Okay, found it.
That's the one. Play it.
Okay.
So fucking cheesy. Oh no, that's not it. But it's the same. No, it's not this. But it's the same. It's the same kind of
It's the same
concept. Yeah. But it goes. Faites comme nous et votez Bernier, Maxime Bernier. Whatever, doesn't matter. So anyway, so the guy did a fucking little jingle. It was funny. He was made fun of. There you have it. I feel bad for the guy, man. I feel bad for the guy, and I heard a lot of commentary on it, and they're like, "Fuck, that guy's not gonna get elected. He's been flopping ever since he created the party." And then someone said something interesting. He said, "Well, what the fuck else is he gonna do? This guy, his whole life has been in politics. He's embarrassed himself with the shit that he's been saying and the things that he's been doing. What are the chances of him actually getting a job?" So they thought, well, just leave him there. He's going to be collecting whatever money he gets from the party's funding to have himself a little job, a little salary.
Oof.
Sorry.
Maxime Bernier for the rest of his
Right
life.
on the fucking
Moose.
sound
on my
panels.
hand.
Right on the
Yeah.
moose.
Like that. On the Usime.
So, anyways, there you have it. Let's move on. Hey,
Bless you, by
the-
the way.
Nobody's chasing you. Slow down.
the
relax.
most. No, I want to get to this. The most useless fucking news that are making headlines in Quebec today.
Valerie Plante gets Brazilian wax. Yeah?
She looks like she takes care of herself, though, Valerie Plante.
Tell me how you really feel, George. George is at home jerking off to press conferences. Jesus.
She likes the
I'm not
penis.
attracted. I'm not saying she's ugly, but I'm not attracted to Valerie Plante
Yeah.
at all. Not in the
Statement.
slightest.
Here's a
She
statement.
looks like if
Yeah.
she. You
That's
know
my
what she.
statement.
You know
My
what she looks
official
like.
statement.
You know what she looks
Like
like.
she could have been hot.
She looks like if she wasn't a politician, she'd be hot.
No.
You think
she
the
doesn't do it for
politician
me.
thing
I don't
turns
think
people
she's
off?
ugly, but I'm just not attracted
I
to
think
her.
once you go into that world, and if you're a politician at heart, because you're so disgusting inside, it kind of molds your
Permeates
outer
through your
appearance.
skin?
Yeah, it molds your outer appearance. I
don't
think.
know. There's some. Is there hot politicians?
Yes, there's hot politicians.
Yes, but they're good politicians.
Name some.
No, I don't know if they're
The
good
Czech
politicians.
Republic president.
No, here that. That
Oh.
doesn't count. Once you're in Eastern Europe, it's fair game. The Balkans, come
she's
on.
a piece of
the
garbage,
Swedish prime minister, remember her?
For sure. Yes, I'm talking about here.
She's a piece of garbage. AOC.
You're attracted to her? I think
I'm not attracted. I'm not.
I think you have like
I'm
a
not
hate fuck
attracted
thing
to-
happening
No,
I'm
in
if
your
not
you
mind.
would
attracted to her
have
face.
seen her walking
Hold
down
on.
the street, you'd be like, oh, not bad.
She has a
yeah.
nice
No,
body. Her
zero.
face I don't like, but she has
She's
a nice
ugly.
body.
Like she's not. Maybe she has
I
an
don't
okay
think
body.
she's
Her
ugly.
face is not for me.
No, she's
Not
not ugly.
symmetrical.
She's not ugly.
Who? Oh, well, the prime minister's wife. Very attractive lady.
She's not a
Sophie
politician.
Gregoire?
Well, she is. Yeah, she is.
She's a
married to
public figure.
politician. She's a
She's a
politician.
public figure. She's a socialite.
She was. She,
Hold on.
It's her job to be hot.
Hold
That's
on.
her only
Is
job.
She
the
was
first
popular
lady of-
before
is the
Justin
fir-
Trudeau married her.
I'm
the-
aware.
Is
She's
the
a
first
socialite.
is the first lady of the president not a politician?
I don't think that
No,
she is.
she's not
She's
a
not an
politician.
elected
She's a public
official.
figure.
There's a lot of politics involved. There's the way you have to behave.
No,
She's
no,
not an elected
no. She's
official.
a public figure, but not a politician.
What was that one who was running in my riding in the federal elections? Remember the one who looked like a magician?
Blood, something vampire. What's it called? Something. I drink. I bite.
I eat, I kill.
I eat. I kill. I blood.
She was
suck.
attractive.
I eat. I
She was
kill.
attractive. I eat, I kill. I eat, I kill. What was her first name? It wasn't I eat. It was her two last names. I eat, I kill.
Really? I thought it was the combination of the,
Oh,
the
was
first
it?
name. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
maybe it was. She was attractive.
I eat. I kill. That's so fucking funny. No, Melanie Jolie is pretty. Melanie Jolie is pretty.
Yeah, but he's right. See, now you're making Poseidon's point. She was pretty, but she's done some heinous shit. She's getting uglier.
Melanie Jolie.
Yeah.
Who was
Melanie Jolie is attractive.
Yeah, back in the day, Nathalie Normando was.
This I love how fucking like
Oh, yeah,
patriarchy
this-
this fucking show just went. We're like, you know what? Let's diminish these women politicians. And it's not my fault because I asked name hot politicians, not lady politicians. I meant dudes too.
Yeah, okay, bro.
I did.
Yeah, why
Pierre
not, bro?
Poilievre, too ugly to ever be in charge.
Yeah.
Justin Trudeau,
He's an attractive man.
handsome guy.
deserves
Pierre Poilievre is
fucking sexy
man.
deserves the position.
I'll talk shit about Trudeau till fucking
Hold
kingdom
on,
come.
hold on.
But he's
But
a
he's a
good-looking
sexy
man.
motherfucker.
He's a
Hold
good-looking
on, hold
man.
on. Pierre Poilievre is not an ugly man.
He's ugly. I
he
don't
is
know.
not
It's fucking
an ugly man.
Millhouse,
He looks
bro.
like
It's adult Millhouse.
No. His choice in his glasses. His choice in his glasses is
And,
questionable.
and the
you know what?
shiny
Maybe,
fucking ties.
maybe he's not doing it right.
He's got a symmetrical face.
He
He's
looks
got-
like
he's got
prepubescent
the-
Harper to me.
He's got the slick back hair going on.
Jean Chrétien, for his time, good-looking motherfucker.
Jean Chrétien.
He looks
Yeah,
good
for
in
his
a
day,
suit.
that was what was cool then.
after the stroke.
The stroke
well-
just made it a little better.
Yeah, but like yeah.
I think Chrétien was an all right looking guy for the time. I think that's what was considered attractive in
Okay.
men. Or
I wouldn't say so.
like Margaret Thatcher, not attractive. The Thatch.
Hold on, bro. You tell me you wouldn't jerk off to this? Come on. Look, with a pinstripe too. What a boss.
Pierre Poilievre. Are you gonna show me
What a
Pierre?
boss, bro.
Oh, dude.
Check this out.
When did his hair get all scruffy?
Bro, look at this with the Harry Potter glasses and the fucking pinstripe suit. Bro, this guy gets
I mean,
so
I guess
much.
he's not ugly. You're right.
He
He's not an
got
ugly guy.
so much pussy
He's
in his younger
isn't
days.
his wife
I
gorgeous?
guarantee you.
If I
His wife is a pretty good looking girl. Yeah.
He's shooting above. He's fighting above his weight class. Like, good for him.
But he just looks conservative though. That's
He just doesn't look good.
It looks
But
like
it
I
doesn't
hate that
necessarily
his
mean
name-
ugly.
I hate that his name sounds like French for lip hair. Poilievre.
Oh
Like-
shit.
Yeah, she's
No,
very, very pretty woman.
What's
Like-
what's a lièvre?
I mean, no,
no.
Lièvre is like a rabbit, like a rabbit.
Yeah,
It's a hair.
hairy rabbit,
hair.
I ju-
basically.
He's a
Yeah, yeah.
hair. Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
he
he's
comes
a
from
hairy
like
rabbit.
original tracker stock.
Yeah, maybe.
It feels that
But
if
Poilievre's
Does he have
a
a family?
good-looking
Like, he
dude,
has
bro.
kids?
I think he was an orphan and he was adopted.
Really?
I think so. I could be fucking
Why is
wrong
he
on
not
this.
using that? That's a great story.
He's used it.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, he's a smart guy.
I think.
But no, does he have kids? I have no idea. I'm
They
curious.
have two, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has
I'm
two
just
kids.
curious. Yeah.
No,
But,
I like if the Conservative Party was like this factory, like isn't that what they would produce? Like this is like cookie cutter.
He looks like prepubescent Stephen Harper. but a little better.
Millhouse.
He definitely has like an Aryan quality about him, you know, with the parted hair. He needs to be careful
We've
with
had
that.
some good-looking politicians. Rona Ambrose was a pretty good-looking politician. Rona, remember she was
No, I don't remember Rona Ambrose.
interim
Rona
leader.
Ambrose.
Rona
She was
Ambrose.
the interim leader of the Conservative Party after Harper resigned.
I remember the name. I remember that she was, but I don't remember at all what she looks like. Oh yeah, she's okay looking.
She looks a bit like a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find she has a very manly.
You know what it is? She
has
looks
very
like
manly
she has similarities to Caitlyn Jenner. That's the problem.
Ah,
She doesn't actually look like a man, but she kind of looks like Caitlyn.
Eve Adams.
That seems like a hot chick name.
Kind of looks like a dude that
Eve
worked in
Adams was. I
construction.
don't know if we should say this on air there, but our
Too
good
late now.
our
Eve
good
Adams, Adam and Eve.
Eve Adams.
George has a type, eh? George definitely has a type.
No, this is.
Oh yeah,
Oh damn, yeah, Eve Adams, bro.
Eve Adams.
Yeah.
Who was Eve Adams?
It was,
I don't know, but all I know
She was
is
dating your buddy,
all
no?
I know is blondes have more fun.
there was a whole thing happening with
what's his face?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good for him.
Yeah.
Wow, that was quality content, guys.
Yeah.
Fucking intellectual stuff right now.
Okay, let's
Judging people and books just by their covers. That's what we do here at the morning show.
let's move on to. Oh
Rock
yeah,
hair, koala hair. That's funny.
let's move on to the Mediterranean because there's like a whole thing happening there. You guys saw that ship, the fish, the
Fuji's.
No, there was like a fishing boat that with filled with hundreds of migrants and it sank in Greece.
The Fuji's. Refugees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck are the Fugees? Yeah.
I have a
that-
question.
Dude, to
for
me,
you.
the Fugees are banned.
You know the Fuji's is short for
I
the
have a-
refugees.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
By the way,
Okay, I didn't know that.
before we move on to the migrant crisis in the Mediterranean,
Well stipulated sentence.
I have a question about all these politicians. You know, because some of them they're not that attractive.
Before you ask your question, can I ask a question?
sure,
How angry will I be after you've posited your query?
you won't be angry.
Okay.
It's actually a valid question.
Okay.
Do all these politically lean like people that are in politics and they're politicians and stuff?
Okay. The elites.
Do they all interbang each other like behind closed doors?
No, dude.
Look, although
Because like
not well stated, an excellent question, which I already know the answer to because someone in this room, and it wasn't you, was not good at playing it close to the vest when they were in office. But sure, it's a good question, but who knows really? George knows, but who knows? Who knows? George knows. Does George
because
know?
I feel like out of all the pornos that they
think
could
I-
make,
Like, how many orgies were you privy to?
None.
Oh, I guess we know where you fall on the hot or not scale in politics, George. George,
because I know like if you look at what's her face, the one with the heavies that Andrew Schultz said she's got the heavies.
Oh, the Korean chick.
No, the older lady, bro. The
Nancy Pelosi.
Oh,
Nancy
Pelosi,
Pelosi.
yeah.
Like you could tell she's been around the block.
You don't know that.
She's for sure like smoked in a corner while some dude fucked her husband. 100%. In one of these eyed wide shut situations. She's up there, Pelosi.
Look, at the end of the day, whatever people decide to do is their business. And there is a saying, though, what happens on the hill stays on the hill. Now, I've never seen.
There was
shit-
a saying like that.
Of course,
What
there's a saying
happens
like
on
that.
the hill requires the pill.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you hit the
That's
drum
a good
roll.
one. That's a good one. Hold on.
Put 'em.
Cuckboard.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard stories, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't or didn't know what the hell you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
But
Did Justin ever visit the hill?
he works on the
Because
hill.
I'm surprised.
that hill.
Because I'm
The
surprised.
other hill. Quebec Hill.
Because I'm surprised. I'm surprised that there's no more like.
Not on a hill, it's flat, eh?
Yeah.
The Plaine d'Abraham.
I'm surprised there's no more like porn. You know how porn does everything. You know, I'm surprised there's no more porn videos involving like political figures.
Open up an incognito tab and write Nancy Pelosi porn parody. I'm sure there's 1,000 videos. I'm sure.
No, but
there's no way.
What he's saying is that are there any like sex videos of politicians? Is that what you're talking
There
about?
was the one from Quebec.
No.
The one who wore the mask, who she was blowing the dude and she got disgraced.
Oh no, she ran. Yeah. She was she ran for municipal
Yeah.
in the municipal elections.
In Quebec, right? Somewhere?
No, here it was in Laval.
Oh, it was
Hold on, let me
Laval,
type
It was
in.
in
Let me
Laval.
type in politic.
Politic.
Politics.
Polydick.
I'm just gonna write politics.
Political.
So yeah, she ran for city councilor.
No, there's not, dude. There's not
Really?
that much. Yeah.
Who the hell in the right mind would fucking film something like that, dude? Are you kidding me?
No, but like
Some aggressive conservative
you
dude
talking
who
no,
about?
wants
like
to
those
watch it.
pornos of Pirates of the Caribbean. It's not the actual stars of like. It wouldn't be the actual politicians. It would be like
Wait, there's
lookalikes.
fake pornos of the Pirates of the Caribbean. What are they called? The Clam Secrets or shit
No,
like
no,
that?
no, no. Look, there's
Curse of the
if
Dirty
it
Dick?
If it exists, there's a porno of it.
Interesting.
It's called what's it called? Pirates? No, hold on.
Pirates of the Poontang.
No, Pirates of the Caribbean and XXX parody. It's called.
Oh, that's an original
So there's
title.
parodies of it. I'm surprised not more people.
I'm
All right,
sure there
let's
is.
hear about
Have-
the refugees.
but you
I
can't
understand his
find-
point. I understand his point. I really hope he's in incognito for
I
Pantelis'
wasn't
account's sake.
incognito. I wasn't incognito.
Because like Pants gets the weirdest ads because of Poseidon.
So there's a boat that sank off the shore of Pylos. It's in Greece.
The one coming off of Libya, coming from Libya.
There was a boat. It left Libya. It was supposed to go to Italy. The boat broke down halfway. Obviously, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, anyone in his right mind
Would not get on that boat.
Would not get on this fucking fishing boat. I mean, if you like, it looks decrepit.
Libya seems safer, honestly.
And from the image that we see over here, I mean, there's a shitload of fucking people on it. There's different reports, a couple
This is
hundred.
from last week, right?
Yeah, there's a couple hundred to 450, and I've even read somewhere 700.
Didn't we talk about this on last week's morning show?
No,
I
no.
brought it up. Yeah, right at the beginning I brought it up.
It had just happened,
It had
maybe?
just happened,
Ah,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, I don't know how many have died so far, but it's, I think, 50, 60 or something, maybe even closer to 80. It's the biggest one yet in Greek
So
waters.
I was reading.
CNN. Hundreds of Pakistanis dead in the Mediterranean.
Oh, is it in the hundreds? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot
So-
of people dead, but also most of the reports that I read
I have the video.
were talking about how they were Syrian refugees. They were not Syrian refugees.
No, they were
Pakistani
they were mostly
migrants.
Pakistanis. I don't know how they got to Libya
Is
from
the
Pakistan,
boat-
but I mean, look,
I mean, you walk.
it's hard. Yeah.
It's connected.
I mean,
no
it's hard.
video.
It's hard to see. Yeah,
It's very, very sad, but it's
It's
a
hard-
common problem in the Mediterranean,
Well,
right?
yeah, and you know, I
Oh,
mean,
for fuck's sake,
Europe's
bro.
Commissioner for Home Affairs says
No,
Yeah,
this is
we're
it. I want to
trying to
hear
Disaster.
what she's saying. We're watching CNN. I
You
apologize.
know, make
but
sure that
No, I don't think. No, I don't think we're allowed to watch. Hold on, let me mute this just in case. No, it's not.
okay, I've actually
no.
seen these clips. There's nothing new
yeah.
here.
I mean, it's definitely sad, and
Trigger warning. There's no trigger warning. Why? What are you worried about? We're not gonna
because
watch
of
people
a
die. We
a
wouldn't watch
ship
that on the
sinking,
show.
They wouldn't have
Oh,
that. Anyways,
Yeah, she got worried. She's like trigger warning.
oh,
I'm
because
like, no, no.
that's what I was looking for.
Oh, fuck. Okay, that's fucked up. You want to watch a bunch of Pakistani men die?
no, man, no.
Dude, just
Anyway,
go to Park X now that the bike lanes are there. It's gonna happen.
So obviously a tragedy. It's still very unknown how this thing, because I read reports where they knew there was a boat, but neither the Italian authorities nor the Greek authorities did anything because they were uncertain whose jurisdiction it was. I'm not sure. Like there's this.
They were probably like, oh yeah. Remember that contested area by Libya? They're like, no, that's Libyan water.
Oh yeah, it's Turkey. Hey, you
Oh,
want it?
yeah, it's yours, it's
you
yours,
want
it's
it in
yours.
economics? Oh here, Malaka, come and get your fucking
get
boat.
your water, yeah.
No.
Come get your boys.
Yeah. So there's a
It's
little
a tragedy though. Like we're joking around, but
no,
it's fucking
it's a
sad
huge
when human
tragedy,
life is
and
lost.
there's still like some fishy things. And look, we're not
Fishy?
here to.
What kind of fishy things?
Well, that I mean,
I
did
thought
they
you meant other
neglect
stuff. Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Did they each think that you go get him? No, you go. Like they didn't know what was going on.
I can for sure see Greek Coast Guard like, Yanni, they're taking on water. Call,
Thanks, man.
call
Thanks.
Italy. Call Italy. Yes, Marcangelo. See, they're sinking. How fast are they sinking?
It's in you. It's in your water. Go get it.
Maybe they sink before we get there.
Go,
Like that's for sure what
Costas.
happened. Like I can see it
I don't
happening.
know. And look, we're not here to defend. I mean, it's not Greece's fault. I mean, the people's incompetence and stupidity can be blamed on the government, even though that's what happened. What's happening in
Well,
Greece?
that's what happened at Tebi.
Yeah. It's the government's fault that
It's also the government's fault. There's not proper safeguards and regulations.
Yeah, but
in
it had,
place.
the accident had nothing to do with that. The accident had to do with one fucking idiot that didn't change the rails and two
And there's
fucking
no
trains collided.
redundancy built in by the system. There's no redundancy. That's the government's jurisdiction. In Canada, that accident can't happen the way it happened here. It's impossible because there are redundancies.
Right.
You can ask my wife who works in the rail system.
Yeah.
We discussed it. At
There's
length.
alarms that go off.
There's 1,000 things that can stop that from happening. In Greece, it's like it's a fucking lever from
Yeah,
the 80s.
it's a
And
manual,
have you
yeah.
ever heard the audio? I mean, I sent them, bro. I don't know what happened.
The audio was horrible.
Horrible. The audio of them discussing what just happened. He's like, even if I told you, I don't know, bro. Like he was just washing his hands of it.
I heard the audio before when he's
conversation
telling-
between him and the two other
yeah, they're talking
operators,
about
yeah.
fucking banging and okay, get some souvlakia, like just random shit. And then it goes,
Just
okay,
a random
go, change
night.
it.
That's fine. I mean, that part I'm not
Yeah,
judging.
but it's just it's crazy. It's like, okay, man, the guy's telling him, should I change it? He goes, no, don't change it. Like complete negligence, right?
Yeah.
And to blame that on the government, fuck, and it's whatever. I'm not saying that it's not
Are
their
they
fault.
not government employees?
Yeah, but it's not the government's fault.
Are they not the government's employee?
Yeah, they are the
Then
government's
it's also
employee,
the
but
government's fault. I'm sorry, it is.
for hiring them, you mean?
For not filtering them out, for not giving them better
Maybe,
working
but then
conditions,
again, you're
for
working
not
there
having
fucking
more stringent-
25 years. You're set for life. That's another problem in Greece.
That's the old government's
yeah.
fault.
Yeah. Anyway, so back to this thing.
Wait, hold on. You work what? You work
In Greece, you get
They're
into the
all
public
unionized.
sector, dude. You're fucking set for life. You're bringing your parents. You're bringing your mother. You're bringing your brother.
forever.
That's what happens. You know, it's
Yeah, that's how it
people's-
works.
You don't get fired.
It's a clientele state. It's hard to get fired. You're all
Very
they all
hard
have
to get fired.
unions and
There was this
Really?
joke. There was a saying in Greece where
So like here.
no here
here it's not as bad as it is
yeah.
there.
No, there was a saying in Greece where it was like if the prime minister comes in and fires you, if you're working public sector, he loses his job before you do. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Anyway,
That's
So
insane.
back to the tragedy. So hundreds of people have died, and here's what I find weird because you have Pakistan now that is suing Greece or that is intending on suing Greece, and by
What? Why?
because there's a lot of Pakistani nationals and they want to. I mean, why is it the
Did
Greek
Greece force them to get on a boat?
But that's the thing. It's like you're suing Greece for what exactly? Negligent? Like
That's a
But
little
just
absurd.
think about this for a
There's
second.
going to be an
Your
inquiry
country
on
is
it.
so shit that
Yeah.
your nationals left and then they died on the way. Now you're suing. Get out of here.
First of all, and of course Turkey is supporting them, obviously. So you have Pakistan now that wants to do its own investigation. You are nowhere near the fucking Mediterranean. How are you going to investigate on this shit? Okay, so they're going to
I
conduct.
mean, they can mobilize. They have so many Pakistanis in the
They're going to
Mediterranean.
conduct their unbiased investigation, right?
That's funny.
And then Turkey is encouraging them. The question
Well,
is
but
this:
most of these people didn't come from Pakistan. I mean, originally, yes, but they're Pakistani nationals. But they've been probably in Turkey for 5-6 years.
No, but the boat didn't leave from Turkey.
Yeah, but they were probably in Turkey. We both know they came through Turkey, down and into Libya.
Why would they go from Turkey all the way down to Libya
Because
to come
Turkey's
back into
probably
Europe?
giving them fucking boats to get them there so they can come up northbound from the southern coasts.
I don't know.
You know they do shit like that. It's come out before. Turkish fucking flag bearing vessels
So
taking
instead of-
migrants to other places in Africa so they can come into Europe.
But why wouldn't you just send them across the Aegean like they've always done? Because we know
Because
they're,
they get called on it. Now they can't get called on this. I'm sure if they just do a real investigation, it'll come out that those boats either had
Who
Turkish
knows?
flags or
Whatever.
Turkish
So there's going to be an
captains.
investigation. But I find it funny because an article comes out that Pakistan is suing Greece and the EU for their negligence. How about you fucking figure out who's fucking trafficking these poor migrants that clearly want a better life from, guess what? Your country.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And like blaming this on Greece. Greece has been fucking dealing with this for how many years now?
20.
Well, no, the height of it was with the Syrian war, 2010-ish.
Yeah, but it's
around
been
there.
going on for way longer.
Yeah. No, but I mean, at the height of it, it was
It's still at its height. Nothing's gotten better.
2016, 17. That was
Yeah,
like
that was like
where-
the right after the crisis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's sad, man, and it doesn't seem like it's going to end soon. But and just when I see these images, I know personally that I would never get on this fucking boat, and I'm assuming that people have the same logic and think, "Fuck, this doesn't look safe." But in order to tell yourself, "This is it. We don't have any other chance." Like imagine the life these people are living and the
only
trauma they've
silver
been
lining, it doesn't seem like there was a lot of children on the boat, which is good.
through. Yeah,
That's something. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's fucked up. Anything you want to end with?
Well, that's it. We're ending on a bunch of Pakistanis died in the Mediterranean. If you guys want to hear more about Pakistanis dying, tune in every Wednesday.
Hold on, don't end it. Don't end it. There was one story I want to talk about, like how ridiculous, the ridiculous things that our politicians focus on here in Quebec. So every year there's the Fête Nationale. It's the Saint Jean Baptiste. It's a huge fucking party, especially up in Quebec. It's our main holiday over here. For some reason,
Speak
it's
for
been-
yourself.
Well, I love partying. Why, man? It's Quebec. It's a Quebec national holiday. I'm a Quebecer, and I like having fun. And we've spoken about this in other shows. It's
know.
just ridiculous how that one holiday has been taken over by separatists as though it's their holiday. It
They
means
can
that-
have it.
So, the main concert, the main party up in Quebec City, they have this guy by the name of Émile Bilodeau who will be performing. And Émile Bilodeau is this huge supporter of Quebec Solidaire, which is the grassroots leftist party. And he's been quoted as saying that the fucking PQ should die. They're not the vehicle.
Die?
Yeah, the PQ should die. They're not the vehicle anymore for sovereignty, which is why I'm supporting the Quebec Solidaire. And the PQ has come out against this war now between a political party and a musician because of the statements that he said. And they're upset at the organizing committee for bringing this guy on to the extent where the PQ is boycotting the Fête Nationale in Quebec City. Did you ever think at any time that was ever possible, that the PQ would boycott a party? Speaking of hot politicians, the Fête Nationale. But then again, that's
fetal alcohol syndrome face, like most of those pornogalitos do.
So there you have it, folks. Having said that,
Bon Saint Jean to all you who celebrate
Jorge
Saint Jean.
Rosales dropped $2.20 in the chat.
Again?
He's yelling.
Bon Saint Jean, gang de tapette!
Bro, don't make me shove you. Bon Saint Jean, everyone. Pantelis.com for tour dates, tickets. Panteliscomedy.com for tour dates, tickets. That's what I said.
No, you said Pantelis.com.
Oh, did I? Oh,
Yeah.
Panteliscomedy.com, where you can get all that good stuff. Patreon.com/Pantelis, where you can support everything that happens on this channel. He hasn't realized yet, right? He's not playing the music. He's not playing the music. There you go.
I forgot it. My apologies.
Accepted. George and Salahuddin doing their show in the basement. Him and Saladin talking politiquement parlant about Quebec politics. What stays on the hill requires the pill. You heard it here first.
He's on vacation,
George
so there's no
is
new episodes.
a
But go back and
fucking
listen to it.
whistleblower. Go back and binge that shit, but don't watch more than 6 episodes at once because it'll fuck you up. I promise. I promise. IamPoseidon.com is the website where Poseidon has built a landing page. He does not call it a site web. He does not call it a website. He calls it a GeoCities. That's an old fucking joke. He doesn't get it. George probably doesn't because he didn't understand technology then. But for those of you who got the GeoCities reference, you're my people. My name is Phil Balabanos, balabanos.com. You can come check it out, and we will see you after Saint Jean, right before Canada Day. Yeah, is that about right?
That's right.
Remember, Canada is yours to discover. Right?
Take care, guys.
Whose slogan was that? Which country?
Yours to discover.
Oh, it's Greece.
No, it's on a.
Wasn't that America?
It's on a license plate. Yours to discover. Which one is it?
Je me souviens pas.
I think it's a Canadian province. Yours to discover.
All right.
Unless it could be an American.
Figure it out in the Discord.
All right.
Goodbye.
Take care. Bye bye.